All right, we're here at the Whiskey. It is Rock Against MS. How are you, Joel?
I'm great. Thanks so much.
Great to see you as always. I know you're busy. You got the solo stuff, the Whitesnake stuff. How do you find the balance?
Well, I don't know. I just try and stay productive every day, man. You know, that's what it takes in today's music business, I think.
That's it. You know, so many changes, and we're losing so many people to these diseases. Lost way too many people this year to cancer. You know, how do you keep your health and regiment together?
Well, man, you know, I stopped partying a few years ago, a couple years ago, and that definitely helps. Yeah, so that, and I exercise daily, and my eating is a struggle for me because I just love food, you know, but obviously diet and exercise, man, it's the old thing, and try not to drink too much or do too many drugs. And
well, everybody thinks the fantasy is it's just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just all this liquor, but there's no way you can maintain health and travel and all that, you know?
It was for me for a while. I mean, I had a lot of fun, especially when I joined Night Ranger and I started to, you know, get known a little bit more. It was fun for me. So I definitely wrapped my arms around the party and had a great time. But at a point, yeah, it kind of got detrimental to me, and I just kind of set it aside, like I said, 2-3 years ago, and decided to, you know, be a little more of like just focus on being productive and bringing my A game. Because I was wondering if sometimes I was really bringing my A game, and that wasn't a good place to be for me. So
it could be a little blurry some nights, you know. I mean, people pay so much to go to the shows. It's hard to get people to come out of their homes, leave the computer behind. They expect a full-time show.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a delicate balance there, you know. There's nothing wrong with having a good time. It's just a matter of finding like what works best for you and the way you're performing the best and playing the best and living the best. And for me right now, that's just totally, you know, being Mr. Clean, dude. But you know, but it's all good, man. I'm having a good time with it, and it feels good actually, you know.
Well, the rock and roll is the most fun, so.
This is true.
All the extra stuff is really.
Yeah. Well, none of these guys, you know, got into this, I'm going to assume, to party. I mean, we got into this to play music. So, you know, you just always got to make sure the music is top priority. And that goes along with the fans are top priority, man, you know. You want to give them the best you can give them because you owe it to them. Yeah. They're, like you said, they're paying the money. And, I mean, I appreciate the opportunity to make a living doing this. I really do. It's not everybody gets to do it. So you want to make sure that, you know, you keep your head on straight and do a good job for them, too.
Yeah. We lost Ronnie James Dio, Lemmy, Bowie, Scott Weiland, I mean, Glenn Frey. Which of these guys hit you the most?
Man, I would say probably Glenn Frey. I mean, all of them are a tragedy. In terms of whose music I like the best, probably the Eagles, honestly, out of all those. That's why I'm saying Glenn Frey.
What a catalog.
What a catalog. I mean, that's usually in my, you know, when people ask for the top 10 list, I usually say the Eagles' greatest hits in there somewhere because that's just ridiculous how many amazing songs they had. And the level of musicianship in the Eagles is just stupid. So great. And great guitar playing, man, you know? Different, not as fiery as Whitesnake, but just great guitar playing all the way across the board.
Glenn was kind of underrated, you know. He didn't really get the focal point as much, but for the songs and being the main lead singer, I mean, what a loss.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he did all right for himself. I think, you know, we probably shouldn't waste any time feeling sorry for somebody who did way better than I have. So, but you know, man, I obviously it's a tragedy to lose all these guys.
That's early detection. I know Ronnie James Dio, they said if he would have just got that checkup, they would have found it early and he would have saved his life.
Well, was Ronnie James Dio on that list you said to me initially? Because he hit me the hardest, and I'm going to change my answer because, you know, Dio was somebody I really grew up with, Holy Diver and Last in Line albums, and it was one of the first concerts I went to was believe the Last in Line tour. I saw him 7th row at, I think it was Poplar Creek or one of the amphitheaters in the Chicago area where I grew up, and I mean, best hard rock.
Was Whitesnake opening? Because Whitesnake opened for him out here.
No, it was actually back then. It was Twisted Sister, I think. Yeah, Strange Bill, but it was Twisted Sister and Dio. But Ronnie is obviously, you know, if not the best, one of the very best hard rock singers of all time. So
yeah, and that new Last in Line album's incredible. I mean, losing Jimmy Bain and what Vivian Campbell's gone through to, you know, fight his cancer. I mean, it seems like it's rampant.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I got to spend some time with Vivian Whitesnake, shared the bill with them on our UK tour together, and he was really great to me. Him and Phil were both so nice to me. They let me sit by, where their stations were each night and watch what they do, and it's a great learning experience for a guy like me to watch Vivian go to work up there. And he actually got up and played Still of the Night with us, which was amazing. He hadn't played with David since whenever it was, 87, 88 that he was in the band.
Right.
So to have him get back up on stage with Whitesnake was really, it was an honor for me to share the stage with him. And Vinny Appice played on my album, so I mean, I got to know him really through that a bit, and a great, amazing player.
Greatest drummers ever.
Such character in his playing, man. They're the guy who's not afraid
a couple days ago, the Dio Disciples did the Ride for Ronnie kickoff here.
Yeah.
If you heard about that. But
everything just comes from the heart with his playing. He's, he doesn't play like a session guy.
Yeah.
He plays stuff that other guys wouldn't, because they'd be a little scared to do it.
Rock and roll is not supposed to be perfect. A machine will never replace it.
Yeah, exactly. So he's, got a wonderful feel and brought great character to my album, in my opinion. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I know it's been a hell of an experience playing with Whitesnake. Tell us about the guy who David Coverdale is behind the scenes.
I mean, he's been great to work with, man. I'm really pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what to expect. We knew each other a little bit going in, and but he's been really supportive of me. There's not many guys that have the sense of humor that David has on them, and then the next minute can tell you stories about working with Jimmy Page and Richie Blackmore. So you're going from laughing about a fart joke to listening to a serious rock and roll legend story. So it's neat. It's really fun to hang with him, and we've gotten on great. And I appreciate just the level of support he's shown me as a person and a player. He's really been championing me, and that feels great to have somebody with David's pedigree saying
finally
nice
getting
things
in the
about
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too.
And
I always liken back to that story. The first show David ever did with Deep Purple was 300,000 people out here at the California Jam.
Mm-hmm. I definitely have watched the video with him when we were doing the Purple album.
Talk about being thrown in the deep end.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's all the stuff, like Are You Ready, when he screams that at the beginning of a Whitesnake song, that goes all the way back to that first Purple show. He got to the mic and he didn't know what to do, so he just screamed, "Are you ready?" And that's become like the signature thing at the top of every Whitesnake show. So
I saw the show out here at the Saban. Amazing show. I know the Greatest Hits tour coming up. What do you look forward to next?
Playing the greatest hits. I mean, we're spending a little time together creatively as well, which is fun. And I don't know about the timeline and specifics about any of that, but it's been great to work with them in that regard and kind of write a little music, and we'll see where that all heads. And obviously the tour, I'm excited because you should see the set list. It's stupid. Wow. Every song is just amazing, and so we're raring to get going. All the guys in the band are super excited.
B-sides, nothing but classics.
No B-sides, dude. It's like everything on it is, a big hit. So yeah.
They'll go down in history. And finally, what advice do you have for the young players? People come today, what do they really need to know or concentrate on?
Just work hard. I mean, you get back what you put into it. So, to get back to what I was talking about earlier, just try to be productive all the time. Wake up every day and try not to focus on what's wrong and why things are screwed up in the music business, and try and focus on what you can do. If you don't waste your time on, oh man, this and that, you can't make any money doing this, you can't make any, if you just try to find ways to make money and make a living and do the best you can at it, and if you're outworking the other guys, things are going to work out all right for you.
Joel, always a pleasure. Thanks so much. Have a great night tonight.
Thanks so much.